I believe the mixed martial arts events that we're doing today are an evolution of what they did in ancient Greece and pancration. We have a more evolved form. There are more rules. It is safer now. It is a more structured and organized sport. But it's basically the same thing. It's the same conflict that's been going on for thousands of years. Two men get in the ring, they put it all on the line, and they find out who's the better man that night. And there's something really pretty about that. There's something really beautiful about that has survived, 4,000 years to this day. How would I change things in the mixed martial arts world? I would make it more athletic-oriented, more spectator-oriented, more easily understandable to the general public, so everyone can appreciate the art form that's going on there. They can appreciate the conflict. So I think I'd spend a little more time educating the people about submissions and about submission fighting. I don't know if I would exactly go the WWF route for promoting and producing and selling characters. There's definitely a need to create characters, to create superstars, to create legends, and then have those people fight. But I think I would make it more athletic-oriented, more individualized, so that the person is admired for their physical attributes, their aggressiveness in fighting, their technical abilities, as opposed to their speaking and looks and all the other things. To all the people that think or are concerned about the violence and the contact in the sport, it's just miseducation. You look at boxing, you look at kickboxing, you look at wrestling, you look at football. You have more serious injuries going on in all of those sports because you don't have the option to give up. You can't at any time say, look, I've had enough, this really hurts, I'm going to give up right now. So in that way, our sport is very merciful. And we're used to different things. We're not accustomed to people punching each other on the ground, grappling around, choking each other. We don't understand the ramifications of what happens when those things come along. So it's just miseducation. The more you learn, the more you see that this is a sport like any other sport. As long as it's structured and organized and the athletes are healthy, it's a beautiful thing. Hi, I'm Frank Shamrock. In this tape, we're going to cover closing the distance, takedowns, blocking the takedown, and then immediate ground control once you get on the ground. It's going to be fast, it's going to be technical, so stick with me. So takedowns, clinches, trips, all of your takedowns for getting a person down are essential to a fighting style, to your self-defense, to any grappling style, to complement them so you can get past the striker and immediately neutralize that threat. Now, the only reason you're ever really taking anyone down is because you're worried about them hitting you. So what you first want to do is either get someone to hit you or be in that situation where someone is trying to strike at you. So let's bring someone on. Big Danny, come on. What we're going to play with a couple of theories and ideas. We're going to kind of talk about the situation so we understand the dangers and exactly where I need to go to counteract them. So let's get you right there. Looks to be the key. You just go ahead and relax. Hang out there. So as soon as I can touch someone, I can shoot on them or take them down. I can initiate the clinch for the takedown. So what I want to do in my technique is I just want to find out exactly where that person is and if I can touch them. Because if there's any possibility I can touch any part of their body, then I will be able to take them down. The easiest ways to get a solid takedown are to do some sort of strike, to make him strike you back. That way you have him thinking about something different than what you're thinking about. If you're solely a grappler, you don't want to stand up and bang with someone. You want to try to get them to kick at you or to punch at you. And the way you do that is just jump in and smack them, and then jump back out. The minute you get a reaction out of them, we'll do our takedown. The first one we're going to focus in on is our very simple double leg takedown. And it's very mechanical and very angular in the way I do it. I'm going to start from my ready position. As soon as I get some sort of forward movement or strike on his part, I'm going to make my commitment. That commitment is I'm going to step all the way in, chin to chest, my foot up, and make my attack. This is my position for all of my double leg takedowns. It's always here. This is my sprinting stance. It's the strongest position I can have when my body's down. So that's right where I want to drop to. My stance, drop to my position. My striking point is my head. What I need is my head up, my back straight, and I'm going to run right through his body with my face. Okay? So we'll do our technique. A little room here. Stance, Make some forward movement. This is my takedown. Very simple, very angular. Come up. I'm going to cheat you off a little bit. This is what I look like right before I make impact. And I'm hitting with my face. Too many people turn your head sideways, or turn their heads down, and it affects the way they impact. Their body's not lined up for power. Immediately when I strike, I'm going to strike with my face, and I'm going to pull whatever's on the bottom out. Now, if you've been doing your duck walk drills and your training, this should be a natural flow that your body works into. If you've been conditioning your body down here, this should be a natural flow that you go into for your takedown. Be sure that when you make impact, that you're striking the center and pulling the bottom out. Striking the center, pulling the bottom out. That's your focus. You're just getting your body into position to do all of that. So we're going to do once, slow-mo, full fighting stance. When I see his commitment, I make my own. Just drop right down, get into my power position, and I'm going to pull this and walk through his body. Come again. I'm going to show it this way. Same idea. As soon as I see any forward movement, as soon as I see anything coming this way, drop to my power position, grab onto the legs, and I want to run through the body. Now what's important for right now is just getting inside of the danger. The dangers are here. Okay, so I know that if I can touch this person at any point, anywhere in here, that I can make that distance closer and I can make my takedown. This is my biggest threat, is these things coming at me right here. Throw your other one. So these are the direct things I need to worry about. So I need to drop my level before this hits me. So if he makes a forward commitment for me, I need to drop my level before those things come out and get me, automatically. Now down here, there's really nothing that he can do to me when I'm inside of his body. I'm too low for his punch, too close for his knee, and too close for his kick. That's where I want to get to as quickly as possible. The way I can work this in a timing drill and in a workout drill is just this. So go ahead and just relax, throw some punches. I'm going to stay on the end of your punches. So just throw your punches. This is going to get me comfortable to that distance. So I know where I do not need to be and where I need to be. So go ahead and just throw your punches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this timing piece and I'm going to go ahead and add my shot into that. So now I got timing, and I have the technique, and I know when and where to go. This is my basic takedown. Once I get inside of my double, this is when the work starts, and I really need to start driving through his body. But once I make my initial impact, and I'm already in position, then everything just drives. I'm driving my head and my face through him, I'm pulling these, and I'm running my lower body behind me. And that's what will get him down. Is the combination of both. Impact here, lifting here. Impact here, and lifting here. Now switching your feet, something you should definitely do, not only in your technique training, but in your person training as well. So last time I went with my right foot forward, and I'll switch and I'll go with my left foot forward. I always want the ability to go from both sides, because what if someone kicks me in the knee, and I can't use that side anymore? Now I need to be able to do the other one. So always practice with both sides, become equal in both sides, and you'll be twice as strong. My distractions to get him to punch and kick me can come in all forms. The easiest one is just to run out and smack him. Because if I run out and smack him, he's immediately going to try and hit me back. Now I can utilize my grappling. I can run out and kick him. As soon as he makes something to come back and strike me, I can immediately go to my grappling source. This is an old school one where you push the front of the leg. It's effective, but not as effective as just shinning somebody with your bone. A lot more effective. What else can you do? Pulling the hands down are perfect. If you pull some guy's hands down, they're going to pull them back up. And the second he does, you can shoot into that safe zone. What's another one? Slap someone. Want to take someone down? Run up and smack them. As soon as they react to that, hit them and take them down. You need some ways to distract him so that he's not thinking about he's going to get me down. So that he's thinking about, oh, I'm going to punch him for that. I'm going to kick him for that. That's your initial in to the takedown. That's your double leg takedown. It's done the same from both sides. Always head in the center. just like a battering ram, just like a sprinter with a battering ram is what you're trying to achieve. Then just smack him with that. Try and run him down. So that's your double leg takedown. Your double leg takedown is your most effective because it is so simple. There are no tricks. There are no tweaks that you have to do to it. You just drop down into your power stance and you plow right through him while ripping his legs out. Double leg is always the best. It's the one that I use all the time, and I rarely deviate from it because it is so effective. Your second one's going to be your single leg. And on your single, be careful when you use it for combat because it puts you in a funky position initially. There's two singles that I like. The first one is the heel pick. And when I heel pick, right there, what I do is instead of shooting at his power, if I get a guy that's big and dangerous, I'm going to shoot away from him and go away so I don't get hit. If I shoot over here, I got this big danger. If you have a big opponent, you don't want to go into his power. So this is the easy man's technique, small man's technique, or like me, scared man's technique. I'm going to shoot around everything. So I take my stance, same thing. Instead of stepping in, I'm going to step away, achieve the same position, chin to chest, except this time I'm going to reach out and grab his foot. I'm going to sweep by, grab this instead. Whew. So my technique looks like this. Same distance, throw your punches. Okay, go ahead and just let them out there. So I know where not to go. And when I see a chance to go, I'm going to go, whew. I'm going to scoop that thing up as high as I can. And that's it. Now I'm out of the way of his power, and I got one of his sticks, so I know he's not going to tee off on my head. Let me show you this one over here. Let me show you the dynamics of it. My fighting stance, nice and solid. So my single leg or my heel pick, when I go for it, it's definitely a redirection of power. I'm never going to go in and try and bowl him over and cut him down like we did last time. If there's a big size difference or if you're uncomfortable with the situation, I'll try my heel pick. It's a lot safer for me. When I step, I'm going to step away from his power. Exact same position, exact same shot to my sprinter stance. But I'm going to leave this behind. I'm going to pick this up when I go. So I get my thing going, go ahead and throw your punches. It's nice and relaxed. So my timing piece will be this. Okay, I got to get around those. And he's a big guy, so I better step over here when I go. And grab that heel right on the mat. Hit the mat, hit the heel, and then lift it and go. And immediately give you things that you can do after this. You know, you can run him into the wall or whatever you do. Safe, easy takedown that you're not going to get damaged from. And all of your takedowns should be as little damage as possible. This old idea, it's okay to take some shots on the way in. It's not. Don't take any shots. Just do your technique as quickly and as efficiently as possible so you don't get hurt. My single leg, this was the heel pick. The single leg we're going to do, we're going to shoot the head to the outside. We're going to grab the leg, and you can either hug it tight or you can just keep ripping it, try and pull him down with it. So we'll do the same technique. When I make my step this time, I'm just going to grab the single, my head to the outside, then I'm going to pick a single up and I'm going to rip on that. And I can rip it down, or I can turn it, or I can just run him into something for my single leg takedown. Your best and most efficient is just tear his guts out, rip his legs out, and he's gone. Everything under that, single legs, heel picks, they're all ways around the power. But they are very, very, very effective takedowns. What else? So after I do my single and I get inside and I have this good heel pick, I have this good leg pick, what I want to do is I have to stay active. I cannot rest here. He's not down yet. So after I get this, I need to immediately start ripping on it and start turning his body and trying to pull him down. Because I can't leave him in this power position, which is up here. Go ahead and switch your feet for me. I can't leave him here and let him punch down on me or kick at me. I immediately, if I make my thing, I immediately have to start working on it. I have to start pulling it down, moving it down. If you hug it nice and tight to your body, anywhere your body goes, you'll be able to pull that leg as well. Anywhere your body goes, any place you lift to, you'll be able to lift him around and maneuver him exactly where you want to go. So that's your single leg takedown. Double, heel pick, single. your most basic technique, and what usually happens when you start fighting is all these techniques go out the window. And you look like something like this. That's what usually happens. It's a little less effective, but a good body clinch goes a long, long ways, because once you get a hold of this section of his body, you essentially have his power, and you're out of danger. So when I make my entrance, it can still be the same. I can grab him up here. It's not as effective as this, but if I grab him, body clinch him, I can grab him here. Now I just need to trip him down. I just need to grab up on his body and run him down. There's all kinds of ways to counter the punching. There's less to counter the kicking. But all I got to do is get around this, and I will be able to counter his punching. So go ahead and throw your punches again, nice and relaxed. My clinch is just getting around these, grabbing onto his midsection. This is all my clinch is. Once I get him tight, I'm deciding where he's going to go. Do I grab him up and run him down? That's my most basic. Or can I stick out a bar and turn him over? That's basic. Or I can just lift him all the way up and try and circle around to his back, do whatever I want from there. The key is close the distance by getting around these. Now, I don't want to waste movements and go backwards, because now my power is going backwards. I don't want to waste too many movements going around, because now my power is going around. What I want to get accustomed to is going straight in and smacking him in a position, and then grabbing and turning. Now, if my spine is lined up and my back straight, this impact will do nothing to my body, but he'll absorb it, and that'll take energy from him. So I want all of your takedowns to start here, to really push through everything. Close that distance, get inside, so the danger does not bother you anymore. Then you can make your decision. Let's look at the trips a little bit from here. My trips are simple. All I'm really doing is wrapping my legs around it and then pushing my hips forward. That's what gets the knee to fold and bend down. If I just grab my leg around it and then just try and run him down, it's going to be not as effective as if I stop his leg, push it forward with my hips, and then fall on it. Now he has to fall down, or he's going to hurt his own leg. So this is my basic trip from the clinch. Come around, push my hips into it, then fall on top of him. That'll be my basic body clinch. If I want to go over the leg, here's what I do. Same clinch, so now I'm going to step in a nice strong bar. Then I'm going to grab his body, and I'm going to pull him over the bar. So same position, body clinch. I'm going to step this bar up, then I'm just going to whip his weight right over the bar and trip him up. Easy, quick, no energy. I'm already here in position. All I'm doing is turning my hips, dropping him over my leg. And the last one, once I get a good clinch on him, as long as I'm in tight, he can't hurt me. There's no punches he can do. I can throw him with my body, be right behind him, and do whatever I want from here, whatever throws or trips or kicks or knees or anything I want to do. But I'm not here taking damage. That's what I do not want. Always, always avoid the damage. If he kicks and if he knees, it's real common. It's easy to block. You just have to be aware of it. Go ahead and throw your kick. So what I need to do is, my intent is always the same. I'm always trying to avoid damage and get inside as quickly as possible. When that kick comes, I'm just trying to block it. Just stick up some bars. This is the easiest way to block a kick. Give yourself a bar and then give yourself a catcher. So throw your kick, bar and a catcher. Now, as he's trying to pull it back, I'm closing the distance. So I got the block, and I'm going to follow this in. Make my takedown. Always. So I'm going to throw your kick. Always. There's a moment of weakness where he has to come up on that one leg to throw that kick. There's a moment of weakness where he has to step forward to punch you. That's where your attack comes in. So you're always thinking, blocking, blocking, blocking. The second you get a chance, make your attack. If he's not attacking, now he'll start attacking. He's like, oh, I'm not down with that. He's going to start punching back. Make him counter. Second is, throw your kick again. Same exact takedown. I just have this nice wall to block with. Always keep something up strong. Throw your knee. If he throws a knee, I just need power on that knee. And the power I need, if he's going to bring that knee up this high, I just need a solid block. I need to come down behind it. There's two ways we do it. You can cross your arms like this, or you can cross them inside. And I kind of like this one. It's a really great knee block. So if I'm in the same position, and he leads with a knee, I'm just going to curl my arms around and just block it. And as he tries to pull it back, throw your knee, I'm following it right into his body and getting my clinch again, getting my takedown immediately. So don't take the damage. It's not necessary. Find your most effective way to block and then follow it in. Change that distance so he's not damaging you anymore. Let's do these ones from the other side. So my body clinch here, nice and tight. I'm going to step around and do this hip push and flatten him out. Push my hips all the way down. Or I'm going to step a bar and I'm going to tip him right over that. So coming from the clinch again, I just need to get past this so I'm not in any danger. So we'll go right underneath it, get in tight to the body. And I got two things to do with this one. I can step around it, push the hips, and that'll run it down. Step around it, push the hips, and that'll drive it down. Or again, I'm going to step around it strong, and I'm going to turn right over it. Turning my own body, forcing him over that leg so that it trips him. And I'll just follow him with the position. Okay, so let me show you the position of all of the takedowns. So go ahead and hop off for 1 second now. Fighting stance. Double leg position. Very simple. Fighting stance. Single leg position. Oh, it's exactly the same. Very simple. Fighting stance. Heel pick. Instead of stepping forward, I just step around and I catch. But look, exact same position. This is the strongest position you can be when you're down. It's your sprinter stance. So always go to it and then come from there and you'll create power. Heel pick. The punches are here. My distance closer. My clinch. I have the leg and the push. Or I have the leg and the turn. So those are your most effective takedowns that you can do ever in fighting, bar none. Besides your hip tosses and your throws, they're a little more complicated, so we're not going to really worry about them. Keep it simple, keep it basic, keep it powerful. We're going to take all of those same turns and throws, we're going to do all the counters for them.